Welcome to Engage Math Pre-Algebra Lesson 13, Problem 7, where you are allowed to use a calculator. Okay, so we're going to start by converting miles per hour, which is what's given, 70 miles per hour, into miles per minute. So the way that I want you to think about this is we basically can multiply 70 miles per hour by what I'm going to term a fancy version of 1. The reason 1 hour over 60 minutes, I'm going to really emphasize that, is it's really a value of 1 because we all know that 1 hour is the same as 60 minutes. So if they're exactly the same, 1 hour over 60 minutes is just equal to 1 because they're the same value. Anything divided by itself is just 1. Now, the reason that that's so important is that watch what happens. The hours in the denominator and the hours in the numerator cancel because it's just really 1 again, because an hour over an hour is just a value of 1. So what we end up with is 70 miles per minute in 70 miles in 60 minutes. And so what that really is 70 over 60 just reduces to 7 over 6. So it's 7 over 6. I'm going to just put miles per minute, MPM for miles per minute. All right, let's go to the next one. Once again, it's set up for us. 1 yard is the same as 3 feet. So that is just something that's really important to know, is that 3 feet in 1 yard. So we're multiplying by 1 again. And the reason we chose that particular ratio is that the feet over the feet is just 1. The 35 and the 3 have to stay. But now what we get is 35 over 3. Let me rewrite that 5. 35 over 3. And what we're left with is exactly what we were asked for, yards per second. By the way, I'm going to show you another way to write that, is it could also be written as yards and then like this, which means yards per second. Okay, let's go to the next one where it's a little bit trickier because there's some bigger numbers. But what we're going to do here is we're trying to convert miles per hour to feet per minute. So we need 2 conversions. So the first one, if you think about it, the hours cancel again, but we also wanted the miles to cancel because we want to convert it to feet per minute. So we put miles is already in the numerator and it cancels with the mile in the denominator. But what I really want you to see is not only did we multiply by a fancy version of 1 right here, we did the same thing here. 5,280 feet is exactly the same as 1 mile. So we're allowed to do that because we're multiplying by 1. Now it's time for your calculator. So you will multiply the numerators right across the top, and then you're going to divide that 70 times 5,280. And once you get that answer, divide by 60. And what you should get is 6,160 feet per minute. Okay, let's look at the next one. Again, we need 2 conversions. Notice that you can kind of stop the video to see how this all fits together. But what we're really doing is we're trying to get feet to cancel. So we put feet in the denominator so it would cancel with the feet in the numerator. And we know that 1 mile is 5,280 feet. So that the feet up here canceled with feet down here. We also wanted seconds to cancel, so we put seconds in the numerator to cancel with the seconds in the original. Now it's just 35 times 1 times 60, and the only thing that's left in the numerator is miles. So you divide that number by 5,280, and you should get, on your calculator, there should be a way to convert a decimal to a fraction, but you can also have it as the decimal if you want. I'm just going to leave it as the fraction reduced as 35/88 miles per minute. All right, a really important skill in both math and science. Thanks for joining us here today.